This is a picture of a nebula and the light it produces. As we all know, nebulas are large clouds of dust and gas out in space. This specific nebula is known as the Sol Nebula. The Sol Nebula, officially known as Westerhout 5, is located in the constellation Cassiopeia, which is actually one of the 48 constellations listed by our good friend Ptolemy. Cassiopeia is named after a Greek woman who was very vain and constantly bragged about her beauty. This constellation is around 6,500 light years away from Earth. So let's talk about what's happening in the picture. The Sol Nebula is classified as an emission nebula. Emission nebulae are formed out of ionized gases and emit light of various wavelengths. Among the most common sources of the ionization is high-energy photons coming off of a nearby hot star. In this case, the ionization is produced by the creation of young, massive new stars. Let's talk a little bit about the star formation, shall we? The Sol Nebula has large cavities carved out by radiation, as well as wind from the region's stars. The carving process pushes gases together, causing them to ignite, which in turn creates a successive generations of new stars. This is what creates the light that allows us to see the nebulas. The colors we see are all due to the different gases. Hydrogen, which is a very common interstellar gas, creates red light. Sulfur creates the yellow light, and oxygen creates the blue light. I just wish I could find some light in my life. The Sol Nebula is quite large. Its gas and dust clouds span across around 150 light years. To put this into context, the average nebula ranges from around 1.6 to 160 light years. This puts the Sol Nebula on the larger side of the spectrum. Wow, that sure is large. Moral of the story, the Sol Nebula is a giant emission nebula producing stars. This production process creates gases and radiation that creates different colored light, which we see in the picture. This light is so bright, we can see it glowing all the way down here at Earth, 6,500 light years away. Shout out astronauts, shout out NASA, also props to the telescopes and APODs. Thank you so much.